Módulo 10. Pollution in man's environment. 28 years ago, when the smog of autumn had lifted from Donora, Pennsylvania, 21 persons had died from toxic pollutants and hundreds more were required to be treated. 5 years later, 1952, 4,000 people died in a London smog due to a heavy concentration of sulfur dioxide present in the air. The Cuyahoga River in Ohio in 1969 became so polluted that the river caught on fire when a cigarette was thrown into the river. In a Japanese port city, 51 persons died a decade ago when people had eaten fish with lethal dosages of mercury. Over 6 million metric tons of oil are said to be floating in the oceans due to the ships cleaning out their tanks while out at the sea. How this oil will affect marine life, it's difficult to determine. These examples are only a few of the many that could be noted. For a million years, man has endeavored to subjugate nature to his will, but now he is realizing that the whole earth is an ecological unit where all organisms have mutual dependence, be they hostile or not. Nature can and has, as in the examples given, threatened man with extinction in his own environment. It is hoped that governments, business, and individual citizens will act prudently as a group, ensuring that man's environment will be productive yet free from pollution. The threat of pollution is not only from a contaminant nature but from man's own interaction with himself. Noise, for example, from aircraft, automobiles, trucks and buses in urban areas may have effects that are as harmful to man's mental health and his physical health through pollutants. Until we have sufficiently large bodies of data to determine how much man can withstand, it should be the job of government and industry as well as individuals to try to eliminate waste from streams, rivers and oceans, to reduce noise as much as possible in the environment. On the other hand, if government insists on industry and citizens complying with restrictions that cause undue hardships in the social and economic spheres, we run the risk of creating another sort of stagnation, loss of employment and taxes. It is hoped that governments, businesses, and individual citizens will act prudently as a group, ensuring that man's environment will be productive yet free from pollution. The campaigns of Woodsy the Owl, Give a Hoot, Don't Pollute, Pitch In, Every Little Bit Hurts, the Boy Scouts recycling of metals, glass and papers, as well as other organizations' attempts to help clean the environment are positive signs that the environment is no longer something to be subjugated but taken care of by man. Pasamos a los ejercicios.